Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be around the topic of love don't cost a thing. And honey, it is a lovely February. I am collaborating all month long, every Monday in February, with some of my favorite creators. This video is going to be with Kiva and Leah, so be sure to check out their videos. They'll be in my description box below. Also, I'll pin it at the top of this comment section with the links as well. I want to tell y'all to go check out Kiva's channel. I love her channel because she has a raw, authentic delivery. Sometimes she talks about trends, things that are happening on YouTube, things that are happening in the real world, but she gives real advice, and I admire it because that's something that I do with my channel. I think one of the funny videos that I caught that I really just loved is when she was talking about her dating experiences, and I ended up watching that whole video and I was cracking up laughing, and I've been subscribed ever since. She also goes live sometimes, so you can catch her for a live session too. And then I am collaborating with the beautiful LEAH LANIER. LEAH LANIER is such a supportive person. Her channel has a variety of things. She takes you with her when she travels. On her channel, you can find fashion hauls and sit-down videos. And her sit-down videos discuss topics around relationships and embracing yourself as a person. She gives awesome advice, and she is just such a sweet spirit. So I love her content. Usually when I watch a video, you'll see like 3 or 4 comments from me because I'm like, yes, I agree, yes. So check her out too, and be sure to show her videos some love. And all the videos that I'm recommended are channels that I watch, y'all. So check my description box, check the pinned comment, and check my community tab for their shout outs and show them some love. Let's get started on the topic of love don't cost a thing. This video right here is actually going to discuss some free ways that you can love your partner with actions. So I will be looking at my notebook because I don't want to forget what my points were. But these are 5 ways that you can love your partner and show them that you love your partner. So the first one is listen to your partner. So whether you are engaged, married, or have been dating someone, I think it's important to listen to the things that your partner says, especially if they tell you things about their childhood, their triggers, things that may have hurt them. Those are things that you want to listen to and remember, because it gives you a hint of the type of things that are important to your partner. Now, a lot of times when you are dating, you are so excited to have them that you're just agreeing and nodding, and you're not really hearing them for what they're saying. You're not paying attention to how they react. But I think once you master the art of listening, you can really learn to love your partner on another level because you start to understand them better. You often hear people say that communication and understanding are like the biggest parts of a relationship. But I think that listening is a big part of communication that we don't talk about. And as a vocal woman, as a woman that talks a lot, I am trying to become a better listener. When you listen to your partner and you really hear them, you should react accordingly. It's not to say that you're always going to agree with everything that they say, but if your partner tells you, I'm afraid of heights, then you would remember that and you would apply that in the things y'all do. If your partner tells you that they can't stand tomatoes or mushrooms or onions, maybe you would listen. When you cook them dinner, you wouldn't include that in their food because they don't like it. You can't change them. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to force them to convert. Like, I'm going to make you eat these mushrooms today. You might make something that doesn't include those mushrooms. Number 2, speak life into your partner. Use kind words. If you're dating somebody and they thrive off of kind words and encouragement and affirmations, and you're not giving them that, then you are going to basically feel disconnected from your partner over time. When those, butterflies go away and y'all get out of the honeymoon stage of just having somebody, that person would like to be fulfilled with you speaking life into them. And if you don't do that, and on top of that, you're nagging, you're condescending, you don't listen, and your words come off as complaints, then they may not feel the love that you actually have for them because of your delivery. If your partner has words of affirmation as their love language, it is helpful to them for you to encourage. It is helpful for them to hear how proud you are to have them. especially if they're going through something in their lives themselves where they're questioning themselves. It doesn't mean that you should silence the way you feel, but it just means you have to consider the way your approach is coming off to the other person. So, love on your partner. Tell them that you love them. Tell them why you love them. When they do something that you like, they cook a delicious dinner, tell them how delicious the dinner was. Be specific and mean it. Don't just say it to be saying it. Your tone is all screwed up, sis. We can see through that. Be genuine with it. And that will improve your intimacy in your relationship. Number 3, be honest with your partner. There's 2 parts to that. Part of it is when being honest and being open and communicating with your partner about how you feel about things, what happened in their absence, what is going on. But part 2 is also when you say you're going to do something, you have to come through with it. That's a part of being honest, Now, this one is very challenging when it's bad news, but you have to be honest with each other. Whether you're dating, you're married, you're engaged, you're somewhere in between, honesty is the best policy. Sometimes when you withhold information, it makes it look like you're being deceitful. And so I encourage you to be honest with your partner. The truth hurts, but finding out from someone else some information that they could have told you makes it a whole bunch worse. Try to tell them what really happened, even if you are at fault. Don't leave out information. I don't want to say men do this because, women might do this too. But some people, I'm just going to say some people have a tendency to leave out information because they're afraid that you'll get upset. And so they will only tell part of what happened, and then it leaves holes in the story. And when there's holes left in the story and you're an intuitive person, as I like to feel like I am, you start to poke at it a little bit and be like, wait, well, what about this? I thought you said you were going to do that. How did this happen if that was supposed to be happening? So to avoid all of that, it's just good to be honest. Don't say you're going to do something and then when it's time for you to deliver, you don't do it. Because it makes you look like a liar. If you say, I'm going to pick up the kids from school, you need to come through with that. If you know you can't come through with it, that's where the honesty comes out. Yes, your wife might still be mad about that, but she would likely feel better knowing it as soon as you know, instead of in hindsight. If something happens and it's a bad thing, be honest about that bad thing. If you get fired at work, don't lie. Tell your wife you got fired. Let her know why you got fired. Don't paint yourself to be the hero if you're not the hero, because if she finds out from someone else, then you look worse. Like, my rule of thumb is if it affects my significant other, I try to tell him. Because it's not fair for me to make a decision for him and for myself on something that affects him. Or something that involves him, It's a respect thing. That actually goes into my 4th one, which is consider your partner. Consider your partner. For all things, big and small, consider your partner. You are not to lose yourself when being with someone else. But as the relationship gets more serious, you're talking engagement, you're talking marriage, you're talking living together. I'm going to throw living together in there because you could be living together and not engaged or married. But honey, you need to consider your partner if you're living together. If you work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., your significant other is an entrepreneur and they work when they want to work. They don't have the same structure. An example of considering your partner would be not taking a phone call when you are trying to sleep in the same room after, let's say, 9 or 10 o'clock because your wife may be trying to settle down or your husband may be trying to settle down, and that's disruptive to them. That's an example of considering your partner. Like, although you don't have to get up early, you don't want to prevent your wife from getting rest because your schedules are not the same. If you are tired and, you've been at work all day, you had a long day, and you're sharing that with your partner on the ride home, maybe you could do something to make it easier for your partner when they walk through the door. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and clean up before she gets here. He gets here. You know what? I'm going to cook dinner before he gets here so that he isn't tired and hungry. let me go ahead and have his plate ready for him when he gets in the house. So if someone invites you to do something, ask your partner first. Don't just assume. Consider your partner's plans. Even if your partner always says yes, give them that option. Make them feel heard. Make them feel like they matter. Independent women sometimes can be so used to being on their own that when they get into a serious relationship, they tend to be a little bossy. I've been guilty of that. And you don't give your significant other the choice. You speak for them. You don't ask them. You just try to do everything. And it's also not considerate of your partner and their feelings. Don't just assume that they're going to come just because you want to come. And consider the things they like to do. There's going to be some things that they enjoy that you don't enjoy doing. It's okay to do things separately, but just consider each other. When you make decisions selfishly, it can definitely cause a disconnect between you and your significant other. When you're in a serious relationship, when you're engaged, when you're married, especially when you're married, the things you do affect the other person. So when you act out of selfishness, you go and spend the money that was supposed to go to bills on something lavish or some sort of project that you thought was important, but you didn't discuss that with your significant other, then that's not considering the other partner. And that is not good. So you have to consider each other and the things that you do. The fifth thing that I'm going to talk about is forgiving your partner. Forgiveness is extremely important. Understanding, communication, listening, forgiving, all of that is important for a lasting relationship. You are going to make mistakes. Your partner is going to make mistakes. There are going to be things that they say and do that end up causing pain for you and for them. And it is extremely important to forgive your partner for those things so you all can grow together and you can move past it. There are going to be times when y'all argue and you say things to each other that you didn't mean, but try to forgive each other for it. Now, I'm not encouraging abuse. I'm not encouraging cheating. This is not to say you will forgive your significant other for cheating on you over and over again, because that's unacceptable and we're not playing them type of games over here on this channel. But when they make mistakes and they're learning, they're navigating life, especially if you're young and you're getting married or you're engaged, your husband will not know all the answers. Your wife will not know all the answers. You are not, perfect, and neither is your spouse. They seem perfect in your eyes, especially when you're in La La Land. You're so excited to be engaged. No one can tell you any different because you're in love. But I'm here to tell you that when life happens and that wedding is over and you come back from the honeymoon and life hits in, there are going to be mistakes. There are going to be ups and downs. Until the end, okay? Until one of us dies, basically. We're supposed to be in this together, okay? There are going to be trials and tribulations, and some of those are going to be caused by something that one of you do. And so you just have to forgive your partner when they mess up and try to learn from those mistakes and build and be better. So those were my tips around love, and it's just a matter of your time and your respect and your perspective. These are things that can make your love last and really maintain a friendship within the relationship that you have with your spouse or with your significant other. And I want to point out that these things will help sustain you, whether you have $100 to spend or $10 to spend, or if you don't have nothing for the next 2 weeks because you've paid all the bills and you're just sitting on what you got left in the house. And that's okay. But if you have a friendship and you pour into each other, you love on each other, then you will be just fine. Love doesn't cost a thing when you think of it this way. Now, there are some things. Love don't pay bills. Love don't pay bills. I'm going to say that, and I mean that. But that wasn't the point of this video. So, please let me know what you thought. Let me know if you agree with my tips, if you disagree with anything. Let's talk about it in the comments below. I love to hear your thoughts. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.